Alright, this is Pilot Traub's mission log. Alright. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Today we got a bit of both. I'll get to that in a minute, but I have to log the entire mission, so... The starter objective was easy enough. We'll grab a data shard from the containers, check the loot. We let a few mines slip the defenses. Whoops. Otherwise, a lot of shooting, a lot of exploding hollow ships, pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing major, minor repairs, headed off to the next objective. Transport. If you haven't done transport protection, it's pretty easy. You just sit back, shoot the things that appear. I did make one mistake at one point. I was evening the ship up out of a climb, and I wasn't paying attention. Took a straight blast from a destroyer. The gunners got him afterwards, but we had a little damage. It happens. We cleaned up the fighters in the area and looted and headed off. Things were looking really good. The next mission was a data acquisition, drop off the clue. Me and the main gunner will clear the skies out. It should be easy enough. I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. I told the crew to turn off the shields. We should be fine. We're gonna focus on loot and shoot. We were not fine. Well, before too long, we were surrounded, and there were dozens of fighters, snipers, bombers, whatever else Hollow could throw at us. All while we had 2 people down on that rock hitting the download. We almost launched an engineer. I didn't realize she was still spacewalking. I thought we had everyone on board. Got her back on board, but man, it was a cluster. I still suspected we'd be fine and get out of there. Download was finished. All we had to do was burn for time and get out of there. Well, I didn't tell them to turn the shields back on. About that time, our lunk ran dry. We got a bomber that clipped us. Got one good hit, maybe a second glancing blow. But we needed to get out of there. Time was up, the download was finished, but there's just too many around. We were shooting everything we could. So I told everyone, we're not looting. Get the void engine charged, we're gonna jump. I did not tell them to turn on the shield, still. So, void engine gets charged, and I get us turning into the jump. And this is where our luck truly ran out. Well, I turned us right into a spread of bombs. 4 impacts right across the front. Ugh. Something else hit us as we entered the void. I could hear the gunner sitting in the back, straining himself from screaming, "I told you so!" As soon as we exited the void, we turned on the shields. We limped into our target hunt mission. Wounded, very wounded. Lost nearly 2/3 of the hull. We got it patched up to about half and hoped it'd be enough. Thankfully, there were only 4 stealth destroyers in the area. Easy hunting. They're not very fast. They definitely can't pilot. I can. Swung around, took a couple hits, patched up, grabbed the loot, and we were ready to end this thing. So if you haven't done it, our last run was a comm relay. Comm relays aren't so bad, but, well, they tend to be well defended, especially when you have more than one, and we are already hurt. So we're looking to fly in, and Hollow tends to bunch them up. And you'll have proximity mines, fighters, laser batteries, reinforcement calls from satellite dishes. After the previous screw-up, obviously, we were all a little worried, didn't want to mess this up. Secondary gunner went back, and he built us a second shield array. We killed the gravity scoop because we were not going to worry about any looting here. Activated all 3 guns, brought them to bear, and we were ready to go. Just as we were about to leave, we remembered we have close quarter modifications, so all 3 guns then had faster shooting and harder shooting. We just have to stay a little closer. So I said, all right. I lined us up and I let us loose on comm relay 1. In less than 15 seconds, our engineer, main gunner, and secondary gunner obliterated that thing. We're home free. I knew we were going to make it at this point. We lined up for number 2, recharged the boosters, and hit it. 15 seconds, relay was dead. Whatever mistakes we made earlier, luck seems to have corrected itself. We were doing all right. We attempted to run a nearby outpost just because we didn't see it in all the haze, but there were a whole lot of fighters picked us up, and we didn't have time. We didn't want to risk it. We just decided to get to the relay. Last relay, though, was covered in proximity mines, so we tried something a little different. I told the gunners, hey, look up. We're flying under the relay. Normally you'd fly above it, so that way I can keep eye on the sky. And, well, no, we flew underneath it. Managed to dodge almost every mine as we went through. The trail of fighters behind us. I don't know if they were so lucky. And then just for one last swipe, luck took a little hit at us. The exit was behind us, through the minefield. I chose to go around, flew us outside the minefield, taking just a few precious more seconds. We gave him a hearty goodbye and we slipped out of the system. Hull status, 47%. Engineers angry. Pilot log. Trobs, complete. Pilot log, supplemental. Main gunner. Told you so.